Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be building a big yellow farmhouse. I was going to say little yellow farmhouse because I'm so used to building littler houses, but yeah, I actually haven't built anything this big before, at least to my knowledge. I think I had to do this in 2 sittings actually, because usually I do smaller houses because I don't know, I lose steam towards the middle. So this is the first time I tried recording and then coming back to it a couple days later and finishing. And I think it worked out pretty well. So this is based off of an interesting old kind of house that I found on Pinterest. Let's see if I can try to find it again, but I really liked the porch and that cool kind of tower thing in the middle of the porch. I struggled a bit with the stairs because in the original photo, the stairs were going on a diagonal, and I watched so many YouTube videos about how you're supposed to, like, get that to work in The Sims, and I tried it, and it just wasn't working. I did learn about the cheat code show hidden objects though through my process of trying to figure out how to do diagonal stairs. So this is the first time I've actually used that. So you'll see as I'm furnishing, there's a lot of different things that I've never put in here before. So I thought that was really fun. I was also trying to do something kind of cool with that tower roof. In some old houses, they'll have, like, not a turret, but I don't know, it almost looks like the top of a castle on a pillar or something, and I couldn't quite get it to work, so I was fiddling with the roof for a bit before I finally just acknowledged and accepted the fact that it was gonna be what it is. One thing I really do like about this house is the variety of window types. I've noticed more as I've been looking at old pictures of houses and like walking around old neighborhoods is the old houses typically have windows that don't really match. And I think if I were to guess, that's because people replace windows as they're able to, because the windows are expensive. And so I don't know, like one owner will have some house or some of the windows replaced, and they'll move, and then another owner will come in and replace another set of the windows, and by that time maybe the ones that were originally used are no longer in stock. But I really like that detail here. I think if I look at it too much, it seems a bit busy, but I like it a lot actually. One thing that I'm kind of regretting is putting on like some of the like corner trim, like the pillars, because it looks really good right now, but I noticed as I started building or like furnishing inside and playtesting that those pillars don't go away, and it actually, the lighting hits it differently, which is kind of annoying. So I don't know how I would fix that in the future. I really like how it looks right now, but it's not super practical, so I think I would do that differently next time, but it's altogether not too big of a deal. I really do like this lot. I think it's just really charming to have like the fishing hole nearby and the river. I like this row of hedges and like a dirt road kind of coming up to the side of the house. I think it just looks really cute. Like this would be at the end of a country road or something. I can't remember what world this lot is in. I want to say maybe the like Get Together expansion pack lot. I can't think of the name of it, but it has like kind of the Tudor homes in the city kind of area. I don't know, I should probably figure out what that actually is called, but I think it's really cute. I do wish maybe there were more neighbors here, but I like that there isn't too. I also really like this garden. I think landscaping is some of my favorite things to do with The Sims, although I'm never quite sure where the line is between enough and too much and not enough. I think for this, I hit it pretty well for the vibe of the house. It's a little bit overgrown, but my intention with the house was to have it have like this old charm, but like a young family lives here. And so I think it would make sense that a young family would have other things to do besides making sure their landscaping is immaculate. So as I was building this house, I didn't quite know what I was like, who would live here at first, but the more I was building and the more I put items in, the more it came to life. And so you'll see this later on, but I have a kid's bedroom upstairs that's full of just like different knitting stuff and crafting stuff. And as I was putting things into the house, I really wanted their crafts to be kind of everywhere. So I ended up adding like some kind of crafty stuff at the end. But I also think with the rope lights even here, it feels very casual for such a majestic old house, and I really like that contrast. I can just imagine some kids being like, can we get some rope lights? I don't know how kids talk, but I think that would be really, really nice. I've also noticed people who tend to buy these old farmhouses really like to decorate the porches with, like, I don't know, stuff I wouldn't expect, like bookshelves and knickknacks and stuff. Not like lawn ornaments, but things that I would normally associate with the inside of a house. So I tried to make some of that here too. Now we're getting into, I think, the second day that I was building. So I did the outside, and then I took a break, and I'm starting to do the inside now. Also, sorry if it's windy. I'm outside because it's really nice out. But I didn't think about that with the microphone. So I think doing this inside layout part is kind of hard for me. I make the shell of the house before I even think about what's going inside. So there's a little bit of kind of a puzzle happening, trying to figure out where to put things and how to fit them together. I think I could even have fit more Sims into this house if I was a little bit more crafty with my space. I think I wanted the rooms to feel spacious, so there's 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, but yeah, I think you could easily add other bedrooms and just have less room, or I guess maybe more stuff crammed in, and it would be just as functional, I would guess. One thing I'm kind of embarrassed to admit is I just started adding hallways to my houses. There's a hallway in here, and I don't know why it took me so long to realize that you can build houses or build hallways in The Sims. Like, every single house I've ever lived in has had a hallway. It's such a basic part of a house, but for whatever reason my brain didn't make the connection. I'm outside with the cats right now, and Coraline usually just chills out in the shade, and Stanley likes to go places he's not supposed to. So I have his food container outside with me, and I just shake it whenever I want to find out where he is, because he's very food motivated, luckily. Coraline, not so much. She'll look at the food container and be like, why do you want me to eat when I could be outside? So, oh my gosh, Stanley was just chasing a butterfly. That's really cute. Anyway, so I think I was talking about hallways. I just figured out that they're a thing. I think that's the end of that story. This room, this like sitting room, is really nice. I just got the Dream Home Renovator pack or whatever it's called, and so I used a lot of that stuff in here. I also was able to use a lot of the knitting stuff using the show hidden objects cheat, because so they're like technically crafted items, so you can't buy them. And so that rug is from the knitting pack, and then I think the lamp and the dried grass and some of the pictures I'm putting up are from the home renovation or dream home whatever pack. I really like it. So I really like that sitting room. I was thinking about, I don't know, just what it would be like to live there. And when I started play testing it, it was winter time, and I think the pictures I actually took are winter pictures. But I was just thinking, it seems like a really nice place to read together as a family and eat like some fresh baked cookies or something. I don't have a computer in there. I feel like I never actually like put computers in houses, but this one I did actually. I think it's in the hallway upstairs. I really like this bathroom too. I've been really big into water closets lately. I think that's what it's called when you put a toilet in a separate room. It just feels really nice to be in one of those as like a real life human. I really like decorating bathrooms lately because I think, I don't know, they're so small that you get them done really fast. But I tried to go for the same kind of color palette throughout most of the house. This like yellow and pink and teal color palette. So every room has a different kind of main color, but I wanted it to feel cohesive, and I think it does. I really like it. I'm still recovering from just a moment ago. I was trying to wrangle Stanley up with food, and he decided to get very excited and sink his claws into my thigh, and he doesn't know how to use his claws. He can't like retract them very well, so he was getting scared and trying to pull away, but was pulling my skin, and that hurt. Anyway, things are good. We're playing The Sims. So anyway, I really do like these water closet kind of things. They're a little bit hard to decorate because the walls are so close in, but I think I'm starting to figure out a system. I just love putting things on shelves. I think it's really relaxing. I don't really have the most efficient strategy for doing this. Sometimes I watch people and everyone has their own way of moving things and putting them on shelves. I'm still trying to figure out my thing, I guess. So we're gonna move on to the kitchen here. Kitchens feel less intuitive to me than other rooms. I don't really know why. I feel like my kitchens never quite have the lifelike feel that some other rooms do, but I do like how this one turned out. I think if I were to go back and revise this, I would want to add maybe more shelves and stuff, or more, yeah, I think probably more shelves, because it feels a little bit bare at the end, but it's by no means like an empty house that nobody's living in kind of bare. Like, you can still tell that people live there, but it just seems kind of off. I don't know. I do like putting stuff on these shelves. I was able to find some cool kind of knick-knack jars and stuff like that to make these overhead cupboards not so matchy-matchy. And that was really fun. I really like the dried flowers too. I think that's a nice lived-in touch. Oh my goodness, Stanley jumped up really high, and I didn't know that he could do that. I just keep getting really distracted with the cats. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm trying not to say sorry as much, so thank you for bearing with me. Anyway, I think it was way easier to put things on the shelves when I got rid of the base counters, because the items don't snap onto there. So I like all the stuff that I put on here. Honestly, I think maybe I got like kind of tired of putting things on shelves, which is why I didn't add more of them, but I still like how it turned out. I just, yeah, really like this first level. It feels very homey and feels like a nice place to have a family, and it seems like it would be a fun place to be a kid, fun place to be a parent. That view is really nice too. I just imagine like chopping vegetables or just preparing food by that window and looking out over the pond. Seeing some animals. I don't know where like east and west is, but maybe like watching the sunrise or the sunset. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't know about the show Hidden Objects cheat until this build. It's life-changing. Honestly, like, it makes houses feel so much more alive. And I really, really like it. I'm also very happy with how alive houses become when you start adding decor. I think that's one thing that took me a while to realize when I was starting to first build houses, was like, I don't know, I could never understand why my houses didn't feel quite as authentic and, I don't know, homey as other ones. And then I realized, like, oh, it's because you're just putting the bare necessities in. Like, it feels like a house that you move into, and like for the first time, like when you don't have any of your stuff in it yet. So it's another one of me like stating the obvious, but houses do really feel homey when there's personal touches. I really like this like statement table here too. I've always wanted something like this in my house where you just have a place to like put your cards and your gifts and flowers. That is something that I really like. I started playing with the shelves here from the Dream Home Makeover Kit or whatever it's called. I like all the hangers and stuff. They did a really nice job of making that functional, I think. It's definitely feels nice to just decide, like, I want to put some baskets in this shelf, and they're like designed to snap together. It makes it really nice. One thing I kind of wish for with that though is when you're playing in live mode, I wish you could see that stuff more. Like, I get why they made it kind of invisible, because it can kind of get in the way of gameplay a bit, but it does look like an empty space when you're just playing, which I'm a little bit disappointed about. This bathroom was kind of fun. This is another kind of puzzle room, because I didn't quite know how everything was going to fit together. That's really the only space I had. I think when I was trying to build the walls, I was running into some issues with the roofing. Like, it was showing through the floor tiles, and the only way I could make it not do that was with, I think, the wall configuration that I have here. So it was a bit of a challenge to really just work with what I had set up here. One thing I like about these old houses too is the insides look very like classically elegant, but usually the furniture that's in them, I mean, either like really matches the time or it really doesn't. It's really contemporary. And so I like the contrast between this more kind of colorful interior or furniture with the like paneling and the old floors and stuff like that. I just think it looks really neat. I've been noticing the more that I do these builds that I'm drawn to a lot more color than I used to be. Like, I think about when I first started getting stuff for my house and my apartment. Like, I got a lot of like dark woods and metals and a lot of neutral colored kind of stuff, but what I'm finding is I like bright walls and curtains, and then like big pops of color in the decor. I'm not saying I don't like the stuff that I have in my house. I think it's really relaxing and cozy, but if I were to do it again, I might try something different, something a little bit more, lively. There's still time to do that. It just, it takes money and time and effort if you're gonna like refinish furniture and that sort of thing. It's not like I hate it, but I do love this kids' room. I think this is my favorite part of the whole build because I went really hard on the like crafting stuff. I put a lot of stuff in from the knitting packs, and I just wanted this whole room to feel like it was just lived in by two really crafty kids. It reminds me a lot of my niece's bedrooms. They are both very crafty and have all their little projects and things everywhere. So it feels really nice. And I think after this I started adding more kind of craft details in the main floor to make it look like lived in. But yeah, it was super fun to like have, again, the show hidden objects cheat and just be able to go through all of these projects and put them in. I thought it was, just a really nice touch. It reminds me of like what my room looked like growing up, because I was also very crafty. Like I'm a knitter and stuff like that, so it was cool to have like stuffed animals and half-finished projects and stuff like that. Yeah, I like this hallway up here too. I think it's nice to... I never quite know what to do with like the hallway space, so it feels good to have it be functional and not just like a space that you walk through. And I like the cat statues. I feel like I try to incorporate those cat statues everywhere. I always pick the calico one because that reminds me of my cat Coraline, and then there's like a gray striped one that reminds me of Stanley. So those are usually the two that I do. I wanted to do a lot of plants in this house too. Yeah, I'm used to, I guess lately I've been doing a lot of builds where I just do base game plus one expansion pack, or base game only, or base game plus 2 expansion packs. And this one I really just wanted to put whatever I wanted in it. So it felt really fun to just have everything at my disposal. A little bit overwhelming, but it is really nice to be able to use everything. I feel like this is maybe an unpopular opinion, but I'm not a huge fan of custom content for houses. I don't know if it's just the things that I've tried, but they feel very out of place to me when I put them in. Like, they don't match the rest of the objects. And I know people make like Maxis match objects, which is really cool. I admire anyone who can do 3D modeling, even if it's not Maxis match. It's just a personal preference of mine to, I think, only have the official DLC, which isn't feasible for a lot of people, but yeah, I don't know. Custom content just doesn't really do it for me. But here we are at the end. This is the final product. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you enjoyed. Until next time, I hope you have a good rest of your day and week, and stay safe. Bye.